Experts at a company called Nebius recognized that AI's requirements were accelerating beyond traditional cloud capabilities and would require an entirely new infrastructure to be built.
Everyone is staring at the giant AI models being trained in glowing data centers. But Nebius just made a different bet. It bought the layer that runs after training ends. The layer where every answer, every token, and every second turns into money. The deal that revealed the next AI gold rush. Everyone is watching the giant AI models being trained inside massive data centers. But Nebius made a different kind of move. On May 1st, it announced a deal to acquire Eigen AI for around $643 million in cash and stock. At first, it looks like just another AI acquisition, but the real story is deeper. Nebius is not only chasing bigger models or more GPUs, it is moving toward the layer where AI actually runs for users after training is finished, inference. That matters because AI is no longer only about building the smartest model. The next race is about serving those models quickly, cheaply, and at huge scale. Every chatbot reply, every coding assistant suggestion, and every AI agent action needs this layer to work smoothly. Nebius is betting that this quiet part of AI may become one of the most valuable parts of the entire industry. What inference really means. To understand the deal, think of AI like a student. Training is when the student studies, learns patterns, and prepares. Inference is when someone asks the student a question and expects an answer immediately. That is what happens every time an AI tool responds to a user. The model is not learning from zero in that moment. It is using what it already learned to create an answer. This is where AI becomes useful in the real world. Training may happen in big bursts, but inference happens again and again. It runs behind apps, websites, customer support tools, search systems, and AI agents. So while training builds the brain, inference keeps that brain working every second. Why training gets the spotlight, but inference gets the bills. Training gets attention because it looks dramatic. Companies announce huge GPU clusters, billion-dollar model runs, and new AI systems that can write, code, reason, or create images. That is the part people see. But after a model is released, the real cost continues. Every user message, generated image, search result, and AI task needs compute. The model has already been trained, but now it must keep responding again and again. This is why inference is becoming so important. Deloitte predicted that inference could represent about 2/3 of total AI compute demand in 2026. That means the biggest pressure may not only come from training models once, it may come from serving them millions or billions of times. Nebius Token Factory, the machine behind the curtain. This is where Nebius Token Factory enters the story. The name sounds simple, but it explains the business clearly. In AI, tokens are the small pieces of text a model reads and produces. Every answer is built from tokens, and every token costs compute. Nebius Token Factory is Nebius's managed inference platform. In simple words, it helps companies run AI models in production without building the entire serving system themselves. Instead of only renting raw GPU power, Nebius wants to offer a full layer where models can be served, optimized, and scaled for real users. That is why Eigen AI fits into the plan. Nebius said the acquisition would strengthen Token Factory as a frontier inference platform. This shows that the company is trying to control more than hardware. It wants to control the system that makes AI responses faster, smoother, and more reliable. Eigen AI, the tiny team built around speed. Eigen AI was not a giant company with a huge public brand. It was a focused team working on one difficult problem: making AI models run faster when people actually use them. That may sound small, but in inference, small improvements can be extremely valuable. A faster model means users feel the answer arriving sooner. A more efficient system means companies can serve more requests without constantly buying more hardware. Eigen AI had already worked with Nebius before the acquisition. Their partnership focused on speeding up open-source model inference, especially for frontier open models. Eigen AI also said Its optimized serving APIs ranked at the top for output speed across 25 leading open-source models, tracked by artificial analysis. Tokens per second, the new AI scoreboard. In the old internet, speed was measured by how fast a page loaded. In the AI world, speed is measured in tokens per second. A token is a small part of an AI answer, and the faster a system produces tokens, the faster the response feels to the user. This is why speed is becoming a selling point. Developers do not only care about powerful models, they also care about how fast those models respond, how much they cost, and whether performance stays stable when many users arrive at once. Platforms like artificial analysis make this easier to compare. They track things like output speed, latency, and price. So inference is no longer just a hidden engineering problem. It is becoming a public scoreboard for AI providers. Why this deal is about getting more from every GPU. Behind every AI answer, expensive hardware is working in the background. GPUs are running, servers are using power, and data centers are handling pressure from thousands or millions of requests. That is why this deal is not only about speed, it is also about efficiency. If Nebius can make each GPU produce more output, the same hardware can serve more users and waste less compute. Buying more GPUs can help, but it is not always enough. Chips are expensive, power is limited, and demand keeps growing. So the smarter move is to make the existing infrastructure work harder. Eigen AI gives Nebius a way to improve that system from the inside. The bigger battle. Cloud companies race beyond raw compute. Nebius is not alone in this market. A new group of AI cloud companies is trying to serve startups, developers, enterprises, and model builders that need serious compute without building their own data centers. At first, the race looked simple. Whoever had more NVIDIA GPUs seemed to have the advantage, but this deal shows that raw compute is not enough anymore. Customers want more than access to hardware. They want models that run fast, stay reliable, and do not become too expensive with every request. That means the company with the better inference layer may become more useful than the company with only a bigger pile of chips. The risk behind the gold rush. But this opportunity also comes with risk. Nebius is spending hundreds of millions of dollars because inference could become very valuable. But building this layer is not easy. AI infrastructure is expensive from every direction. GPUs cost a lot. Data centers need power, cooling, networking, and constant upgrades. Customers also expect fast performance, stable uptime, and prices that make sense for their own businesses. There is also business risk. Reports around Nebius have pointed to concerns like customer concentration and debt. So this deal does not mean Nebius has already won. It means the company has stepped deeper into the race and now has to prove that speed can become a real, durable business. The future. AI will not just be trained. It will be served. The next phase of AI may not begin with a flashy model launch. It may happen quietly inside inference platforms that serve intelligence again and again, every second. That is why this acquisition matters. AI is becoming less like a one-time invention and more like a living service. Chatbots, coding tools, search engines, business assistants, and AI agents all need a place to run. That place must be fast, stable, and cost-effective. So the big question is changing. It is not only who trained the smartest model, it is also who can serve that model to millions of people without delay. Because even the best AI loses power if it feels slow, expensive, or unreliable. Nebius did not just buy another AI startup. It bought a deeper position in the layer where models become real products. Eigen AI gives Nebius a sharper way to turn expensive GPUs into faster answers, smoother apps, and more efficient AI services. And that is the real twist. The future of AI may not only belong to the company with the biggest model. It may belong to the company that can serve intelligence faster, cheaper, and at massive scale. Because the next AI gold rush is not just about building the brain. It is about running the brain every second. If you found this breakdown useful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden systems shaping the future.